Today, let's talk about what we have to do in order for change to happen. In one of my previous videos, you will notice on my live mentorship, as the action taker, I talked about how it's important that we consider changing some aspects of our thinking and our life in order to generate what we want. Because remember, everything begins in thought, then it moves us into action, and then our action gives us results, right? So how can you figure out change? How to deal with change and inculcating change in your life? Well, there's a few ways, okay? Before I continue, remember to subscribe and follow me here on my YouTube channel. I love giving free mentorship and helping people accomplish what they want and generating what they want all over the world. I love that. I jump out of bed every day to see who I can connect with and help and serve. So let's talk about change and how you can inculcate change in your life. Change is one of the most difficult things to embrace. In fact, a lot of people avoid it because for them change is pain. It's difficult because we're creatures of habit. We love things staying the same. In fact, when you're on social media and you look at people's posts, most of their posts are about the past. Most of their posts is about things that they wish were still around or still available. You may see someone posting about maybe when they were younger, or maybe their kids have grown up and left the house and they talk about when their kids were younger, or maybe they've lost a loved one in death and they keep talking about that person because they're still in the past and they haven't embraced change that person is no longer physically here. People talk about losing money in a business, or they may talk about losing money in an investment or a transaction. So when it comes to change, it's a very difficult thing. In fact, you will hear even people say on social media, I hate getting old. And that when they say something like that, they're also saying, I hate change. Now, here's something to understand about life. Change is constantly happening. It's constantly happening around us. Nothing stays the same. Now, there are some things that do stay the same, like the sun rises and sets. The earth, revolves on an axis. There's the seasons. There are certain things that do not change. Like, the oceans create currents and currents create waves and waves crash on the beach, and those things don't change, they're consistent. But when it comes to us as human beings, change is constantly going on, and we must learn and understand how to embrace change. Now, here's a good part. It doesn't have to be negative. It could be positive. It all depends on the growth you are willing to personally go through in order to encompass change. You see, in order for you to embrace change, you must be also open to embracing growth. You must also be open to maturing in your thinking. You must also be open to being accountable for your actions. Also as well, you must learn to also be responsible for your actions and your choices. So change is not something that can be easily embraced unless we encompass those things: growth, maturity, responsibility, accountability, things not staying the same. So as long as you take the time to understand those things, then you will do great. I have clients that work with me in my online shopping business or personally hire me as their mentor and coach to help them deal with their businesses and their life and their companies. And one of the biggest things I work with them on is embracing change. Because they come to me and they tell me what they want, and when I engage them, I go, okay, those are great requests you're making. Are you willing and ready to go through the change necessary with yourself to generate what you want? Now, here's why I say that, okay? Here's where you need to really, really, really pay attention to what I'm about to cover, okay? One of my mentors told me this years ago, and it still stays with me as though someone punched me in the face. I can still, when someone punches you or hits you, or you hit your head, you hear those birds whistling and you see those stars. Well, it's almost like when that person said that to me, it's like someone punching me in the face, or me whacking my head on a shelf or something. Here's what they said to me. So pay attention to what I'm about to say to you. Okay? If you really truly embrace what I'm about to say to you, you can embrace change. Here's what they said to me. So at the time I was in a business, the business wasn't going anywhere. I was getting frustrated. I was spending more money than I was making. Things were not happening. There were people around me in the same business that were excelling and doing very well, and I was stagnant. I wasn't going anywhere. So here's what they said to me. Because they were paying attention to my daily activities. They were paying attention to my words. They were paying attention to how I was being, how I was dealing with stuff. And here's what they said to me. They said, Anil, can I share something with you? Are you ready to hear what I'm about to share with you? And I go, yes. They go, okay, I will only share this with you if you're ready. You must be ready to hear what I have to say. And I go, well, I'm ready. Bring it on. I'm open. Because I'm sick and tired of this. I'm not living another day like this. And they go, okay, here's the deal. Do you understand, in order to create what you want, you have to become that person? Because if you have not become that person as yet, what you say you want is never going to happen. And they said, can I repeat that to you? And I go, please. And they go, again, are you present? I'm like, yes, I'm paying attention. I'm not distracted. They go on, unless you become the person you have to become in order to create what you have to create will never, ever happen because you're not that person yet. And I said to them, can you explain this some more to me? And they go, yes. They go, up until this point in your life, you've done incredible things. You're an amazing person. You've accomplished a lot. But the current thing you've taken on, the current task, is a new task. It's something you've never done before, especially on a big scale. So in order to create that, you need to become the person you need to become, and you need to acquire the skills and the work ethic and maybe the proper mentorship and coaching to generate what you have to generate. Because if you were already that person, you would have those results. And I go, well, can you illustrate so I can understand? And they go, yes, I'll give you the experience of a race car driver because they knew I love fast cars. And at the time I was, driving a BMW. And they said this to me, they said, do you understand, in order to drive a race car, you must be trained and learn how to become a race car driver. You can't go from a regular street car to a race car because race cars go over 200 miles an hour in many cases. Do you understand that? Your brain needs to understand, comprehend, absorb, take that on, form the neural pathways to be able to take on that because there's a high threshold of fear associated with being a race car driver. That's why very few people are race car drivers. And I said, yes, I understand that philosophy. Well, they go, well, how can you go from a Toyota Corolla, which at the time was about 90 horsepower, to a fast car, which is like hundreds and hundreds of horsepower? They go, it's impossible. You'd kill yourself. Or you'd be afraid to get up to 200 miles an hour, which is the speed most race car drivers drive at. So they go, it's the same in your life. If you're struggling financially or your business is not where your business needs to be, it's because you fully haven't embraced change. You think you have, but you haven't. And talking about doing something and doing something are two different things. You can talk all day about, yeah, I'm going to make money in a business and I'm going to start a business and I'm going to sign up in a business and I'm going to do a business, or I'm going to go lose weight and join the gym, or I'm going to stop smoking, or I'm going to stop using drugs, I'm going to stop abusing alcohol, I'm going to stop eating a lot. It's a difference between saying it and doing it. And you will find a lot of people talk, it's called lip service, than actually doing and performing the task that they say they want to do. Talking doesn't get results. Only actions get results. So when that person shared that with me, and they also said to me, Anil, you must understand the value of embracing change. You must understand the importance of changing with certain aspects of your life to generate the results you want. If you do not understand and embrace the value of change, forget about it. Don't go down that path where you want to create something. It's not going to happen. You're just going to frustrate yourself, and you're going to become negative and depressed, and you're going to complain about it and blame other people for your lack of success. Do not go down a path, start a business, join the gym, say what you're going to do if you're not going to embrace change and follow through. And here's what they also said to me. Here's another thing you need to do, Anil. If you are unable and unwilling to hold yourself accountable and to be responsible for that consistency in your life with whatever it is you want to create to embrace change, you need to hire a mentor. You need to hire a coach. You need to hire someone who is an expert in that field, who is already generating results in that area, and you need to work side by side with them and do 100% of what they tell you. They said it's no different than sitting in a race car. Most race car drivers have mentors and tutors that teach them how to be a race car driver before they become a professional. They don't just sit in a race car and go around the track at 200 miles an hour. They hire people. They have mentors and coaches that they hire who are professional race car drivers, and they pay them big money to be taught how to be a race car driver. So another thing you could do is hire people who have already generated success in those areas and be coachable, be teachable, do 100% of what they teach you in order for that change to occur. Because for change to occur, it needs to take time. It could be 30, 60, 90, 180 days. It may even take you 3 to 5 years. Nobody knows how long it takes for change to settle in. It all depends on the individual and how hard they're willing to be teachable, coachable, and how hard they're willing to work on themselves. And so for you to generate what you want to generate in your life, you must understand what is encompassed when it comes to change. It's not just you talking about, yeah, I'm going to build a business, I'm going to make a lot of money, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to start, taking better care of my health, yak. What you see most people do on social media, but when you look in on their life, it's not going on. It's not happening. It's what I refer to as lip service. It's just talk. Now, there are people that make a lot of money with talking. We call those rappers. Are you a rapper? Because when you yak and talk, are you generating income from yakking? No. The only way you and I can generate what we say we want and get the changes happening and generating the results is we must take action. Everything begins in thought. Thought moves us into action. Action generates our results. And encompassed in all of that is you embracing and understanding the value of change. The only reason you don't have the results you have in your life right now that you keep talking about is you're avoiding change. You're avoiding taking responsibility for certain things in your life that you know have to happen, but you're afraid, worried, doubtful. You don't know how. You don't know what to do. You don't have the right people directing you and mentoring you. So here's what I recommend to you as the action taker. Here's what I've done over the years. Hire mentors and coaches. Find someone who can teach you how to embrace change. Find them. They're on YouTube. They're on Instagram. They're on Facebook. You can tell by someone's posts and by the results they're having in their life if they're someone that embraces change, if they're responsible, if they're charismatic, if they are an action taker, if they're accountable, if their action more than yak, talk. It's easy to tell because success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. People are successful for a reason, and that's because they know what it is and they've stepped into embracing change. So again, this is Anil, the Action Taker. Remember to please subscribe and follow me on YouTube. My mentorship is free. The content I give you is worth tens of thousands of dollars. There are people that actually pay people for this, for these lessons. I'm giving it to you for free, so don't take this for granted, okay? Treat these mentorship videos as though you just spent millions and millions of dollars and you hired me to mentor you. Because I have people that hire me to mentor them outside of those that work with me in my online shopping business and get free mentorship. There are people that work with me and pay me to keep them in action, being responsible and being accountable for the changes they say they want in their life. So take this mentorship seriously and figure out where you're being fearful, worried, and doubtful about change and do something about it. Get into action about it. So again, this is Anil, the Action Taker. Have a wonderful day wherever you are. I look forward to us being together for my next live session. Have a great day.